morning show. We're on late at 9 o'clock on every weekday night, taking calls about the Jazz.
Hello, good evening and welcome. Welcome to Rangers Radio on this post-match show. Rangers versus Villarreal in the Europa League stages, group stages, shall I say. Join myself upstairs on the panel is the one and only Cushy Number. How are we doing, Cushy?
Evening, Ox. Evening, everybody. How are we?
Just let the world know what's the team, mate.
The starting team is McGregor in goals, with the back four of Tavernier, Goldson, Worrell and Flanagan. We have Jack, Koulibaly and Duffield in the midfield, and up front looks like Candace, Middleton and Alfredo Morelos leading the line for us.
What's your thoughts? Obviously, Koulibaly playing, that would be maybe the major talk point, along with Worrell coming back in for Macaulay.
I think it's. I'm pleased to see Worrell coming in. To be honest with you, I thought I kind of made my feelings clear over the last couple of days. I think that this game is maybe just a little bit, maybe a little bit higher tempo. I think for Gareth McAuley at this stage, given he's only really played a game and a half for us. So I'm certainly not unhappy at Worrell coming back in to that back four. I think he's done a very decent job for us in Europe so far. Personally speaking, I think Flanagan's the better pick at left back between him and Halliday. I know he's had some shaky moments for us recently, but I still think he has he can still pull a good game out of the bag for us, and I would certainly have went with Flanagan. I'm a little bit surprised Ajari's not starting, frankly. But this is a good team we're up against, and it looks like as if with Jack and Koulibaly, the protection of the back four, particularly through the middle, is one of Steven Gerrard's priorities. I think he mentioned during the week that they do tend to try and dominate midfield and with a midfield diamond, and it looks like Jack and Koulibaly have been put in the centre there to try and combat that with Arfield maybe pushing on a little bit to see if he can nick another goal.
Could it be 4-4-1-1 or?
I think maybe 4-2, maybe 4-2-3-1. I think would probably be the lineup that I would be looking at. I think Jack and Koulibaly are maybe just will be sitting probably a little deeper than normally, and maybe allow Arfield to push on. I think maybe 4-2-3-1. I think the way he's got it set up. I have to say I'm not unhappy with it. I think maybe Grezda could have come in for Middleton up front, but I think that would be a personal opinion. I think if you asked 10 people, 5 of them would have picked Grezda and 5 would have picked Middleton. So it's just it's nice to see the young lad getting another chance to shine on this stage, and I think his delivery, particularly at corners and things like that, may well have been a deciding factor there. And we've got a very, very good a very good and strong bench tonight, and Foderingham, Halliday, Macaulay, Ajaria, McCrory, Grezda and Lafferty. So if things aren't going well, we've got strength and depth. I think that we can put on people and change the game if that's required.
Possibly the strongest bench for a long, long time. Good to see Ross McCrory back in the fold.
It is, yes. What was surprising, actually, he seems to have come in out of the blue a little bit, but I'm assuming that's in case maybe Jack or Koulibaly gets injured or tired, then he can swap in Ross McCrory and he's not really changing the shape of his team too much. And I think when you look through the subs, I think the shape of the team will probably stay the same, and he'll just rotate personnel if they've not turned up tonight or they're not playing particularly well, or they've maybe caught a little injury. So all in all, yeah, I'm really impressed actually. Just looking at the entire squad, just not the first team, and you can have a conversation with all you want, I think, about who you would rather have in there in the starting 11. But it's as strong a squad as I've seen at Rangers in a long, long time.
So arguably since my troubles, mate. I get you. I maybe go with that with the setup. Jack and Koulibaly will have to sit and be very disciplined and play for the team and leave the other maybe 3 or 4 in front of them, hopefully to carve out the chances for us. We had a few chances in Villarreal, so that proved that we can get them, mate.
I think we've had a few chances in every single European tie we've played. You know, we have created chances. I think we're unfortunate with Spartak at home that we simply didn't take them. And the one that springs to mind is obviously Grezda's just at the death when it was still 0-0, and that would have sealed the deal. You know, we created countless chances in Moscow away. And when you look at that result now, we're very unlucky. Yeah, that was a roll of the dice for what team would have won 4-3 at the end of the day, I think. So I don't think our issue tonight will be actually creating chances. I think we will create some chances. I think the issue will be whether we can keep as close to a clean sheet as we possibly can and actually take our chances, because we didn't against Spartak at home. And it cost us 3 points against Spartak. So. But fingers crossed. That's been a little bit of a blip in terms of us taking our chances. So I'm hopeful. We've got a confident team out there. We've got a confident centre forward. Candace and Middleton both look as if they are right up for it, and Ajaria can score goals. Arfield can score goals for us as well. So there's no reason why we can't score. But we're up against a good team. I don't think there's any doubt in that.
We're putting up a level, mate. We're no favourites. That tells you everything you need to know at home. So if people want to join us, give us their thoughts on the team or what the score's going to be. It's 0141 356 1972, or join us at Skype at rangersradio.online. We'll be brought into the call with the one and only Old School Blue. The boy Middleton, mate, as things have developed for him, what's impressed me is he's finishing. He's got quite a nose for a goal.
I always think in Scotland we tend to pigeonhole these boys when they come through as wingers, and then when you put them, when they get the chance a little bit further in the park, they tend to really shine. Middleton's touch has been really good, and his finishing has been really calm for a young boy. It wouldn't surprise me as he starts to get older and more experienced if he actually comes off the wing and starts playing as part of a front two, because there's no reason that he can't, because he's got the runs, he's got the physique. And he's certainly got the touch and the finish, yeah, absolutely, and he's certainly got the touch and finishing ability. I think it's got to tend to pigeonhole these boys sometimes when they see them on the wing, and that's it. He's a winger. I'm not comparing at all to Middleton to Ronaldo, for example, but you seen as he got older, he moved from being an out and out winger to someone who played as a centre forward. He gradually came in over a period, and I think a lot of these boys that play on the wing could certainly do that and play part of our front two rather than as a winger.
The same thing happened to Bridgman, mate. At an early age, somebody said he was a substitute, and he never moved on, mate. He was just a substitute his whole career. But don't let him tell you I said that. But would you say that Koulibaly's not played great since he had his injury? Would that be fair, Cushy?
I think it's very fair. I think this central midfield role, where he's protecting his back four along with someone else, rather than playing as a kind of almost right half, an old-fashioned right half a little bit, which he has done in a lot of games. I think the more sitting role, tidying up, winning the ball back and giving it to someone else, I think that suits Koulibaly better. So fingers crossed that is the role he's got tonight, and that he plays well. Because I think that role suits him better. He's not really a playmaker. But I think he's very, very good, and certainly at the start of the season when we've seen him, he was very good at picking up loose balls, picking up second balls, intercepting passes that opposition midfielders were trying to play through to the forwards. I think that's where he shines. I think that's where he's best utilised. So as I say, hopefully he's got that role tonight, and he can get back to the form that he showed when he first joined us and he got fit at the start of the season.
Mm-hmm. A reasonably young team, mate. reasonably young.
It is, yes, yeah. It's not something I had particularly noticed, but yeah, I'm interested to see what the average age of that team is in there. Certainly if Gareth McCauley had started, it would have shot up. But that's certainly not the case. When you look at the boys here, they've got teenagers starting in Middleton. I think what's Koulibaly? I think he's only about 20 or something like that. Ajari is round about there on the subs bench as well. So yeah, it's nice to see. There's certainly not a requirement to bring in a lot of kind of old guard type players that are just trying to get a pension at the end of their days. So it's nice to see. But it's a team with a lot of mobility. It's a team with a lot of speed up front, and I'm kind of quietly confident in it, but with the same realisation that this will be a quality outfit that we're playing. I'm
quietly hopeful. Does that make sense?
That is probably a better description. Actually, quietly optimistic. Yes.
Aye, exactly. I know we're playing a wee bit up. I don't know how serious that team are taking this competition, but I'll start heating up for them. They want to get through, and then it becomes serious for them because they're potentially somebody that could, if the draw goes their way, get to the latter stages.
Absolutely, and if they don't take it seriously, all the good. I don't want to play a team that's taking it seriously and puts out their best team. I would rather play Villarreal's under-12 team if that's the team they want to send over. So I'm not proud in that respect. If it's up to us, whoever we're playing, to go out and actually do the business and bring in the 3 points. So it's completely immaterial to me how Villarreal are taking this game. I think it's up to us how we take the game. And if we acquit ourselves well and we take it seriously and we don't have any terrible luck and terrible decisions going against us that we did get away against Spartak, then as I said, quietly optimistic, I think.
I think we used up all our bad luck and all our bad decisions against Spartak. I mean, the goal's an own goal and the Morelos goal was chopped off. Both events were criminal.
Well, I'm hoping that we've used up all our bad luck. In football, you never quite know, do you? It's just that kind of game, But I'm certainly, the Moscow game was a comedy errors for both teams. I think both managers would have looked at it and asked what on earth was going on with both their defences. The game was way too open, I think, for both managers' liking. And it was a bit of a strange old game, frankly. But I'm hoping to see a far more disciplined performance from us tonight, from a defensive perspective, and not only that, we will need a far more disciplined performance because I don't know if Cazorla is playing tonight for Villarreal, if he's starting or whatever, but regardless, they have got some good players there, and we're going to have to be at our best. Regardless of whether they are taking it seriously or not, but the group's still there. It's still wide open. It's in our hands, and it's up to these players that Gerrard's picked to go out there and do the business. I don't think MD can. You can have maybe some people may have minor grumps about the selection in terms of maybe McCauley for Worrell, etc. But I think that's minor elements of it. I think it's the team's been picked, the formation's been picked. It's up to the players now to go out and actually prove themselves at a packed house at Ibrox.
Yeah. So if people want to join us, give us predictions. It's 0141 356 1972. Or join us at Skype at rangersradio.online. We were brought in the call. The All School Blue. What's the most important end of the part for you tonight? Keeping them out or putting them in?
Well, if it ends 0-0, I would not be unhappy. So if at that case you've got to keep a clean sheet, so keeping them out is a top priority. But I would take a draw off this game with Villarreal and take it down to the wire against Rapid away. Absolutely no problem. Rapid are not as good a team as Villarreal, so I would take a draw right now. Keeps us well in the frame. And then we go across and do the business over in Vienna. So I think given that, then the defence has got to be the most important part of it at the moment. And keep that clean sheet.
What else we say about Spanish football, mate? They're set up It's not like the Italians coming with their style for the game. The Spaniards are always going forward and looking to play the game possibly in the right manner. Maybe their theatrics aren't the best, but they try and play attacking football. Talking about guys who like getting stuck in to a buffet, we'll be joined by Rudy Bear. Evening, Rudy.
Evening, Ox. Evening, Cushy.
How are you, mate?
How are you doing?
All right, buds.
What's your thoughts, Rudy?
Wee bit of a surprising team pick for me. Koulibaly. I wasn't expecting to see Koulibaly back. I know I can see why. You know, I think he's going to sit with Jack and Koulibaly front of the back four. Surprised it's Goldson and Worrell though. And saying that, you know, a disaster in Moscow defensively, obviously, as we all saw. But before that, I think they played relatively well. So, you know, he's maybe thinking to put Jack and Koulibaly in front of them. That'll kind of show that up a wee bit. For me, the wee man starting Middleton on the left tonight, I think that's a good pick. Some of the Blues last night went for Grezda, but for me, Middleton, he's a young guy. He's 18. He's fearless, absolutely fearless. He's got brilliant pace, and he knows where the goal is. He's proved that already this season for us. He knows where the goal is, you know. So quite happy with the team. Looking at the bench, some good picks on the bench. Bigajaria's on the bench, and all McCauley's on the bench. Flanagan at left back, no so sure about. He's going to have to up his game tonight, I would imagine. The last maybe the last 3-4 performances from Flanagan have been great. So he's certainly going to have to up his game a wee bit. But I don't doubt that this team's got the capability, you know. It's got the capability tonight to get at least the draw, as Cushy was saying there, and then we could take it to Vienna. In the last game, the groups, take it right down to the wire. I'd much rather see us get the 3 points tonight, no, obviously, as we all would if possible.
Just going back to that, Rudy, I mean, you're saying you'd be disappointed with a draw.
No, I don't. No.
All right, it wouldn't be the worst result in the world,
no.
Yeah?
Oh, no.
We're playing a team for La Liga, where we've been. We've came a long way, mate.
Oh, huge way. It's a huge step for us just to get to the point where we're now playing a Liga team to see if we can get into the last 32 of the Europa League. Massive. You know, you look back to 12 months ago, the European debacle then, you know, compared to what we are now and what, you know, how far we've come. It's huge, Ox. If we get the draw tonight, okay, now we go to Vienna, you know, a couple of weeks we go to Vienna and we took it right to the wire, as Steven Gerrard said. That's what the boss said. He wants to take it right to the wire. Well, that looks like what he's going to do. For me, though, it would be much more preferable, and I'm sure for everybody, it would be much more preferable, Ox, to get the win tonight if possible. It's going to be hard. It's not going to be easy by any stretch of the imagination. They're all going to have to be on it. But look, if we come away with like a 1-1 draw or something like that, yeah, I would take that right now, actually, before the game even kicks off.
If we win tonight, we go from bottom to top of the group.
That was a good result for us earlier on.
Do you think, mate? I was thinking to myself watching that. I says, look, I did all the permutations, and the Russians were winning, so that meant that Vienna were out. Yeah, that's what they put them out.
Yeah.
So they were out, and then if we got a draw tonight, they two play each other. And Villarreal would have had to beat them to get through, and we'd have been going to Vienna with them with nothing to play for.
Is that how it worked out, was it?
No, it didn't work out like that at all. It flipped on its head. What's your thinking of that, Cushy? Have I got it right?
No, I was kind of looking at it through, and I was trying to do the permutations while it was happening, you know, but I wasn't. I would have rather the draw, frankly speaking, but the fact that Rapid won, I thought, well, that's not, you know, that's not a bad result for us at all. You know, it's still in our hands. It means that we weren't getting into the game tonight knowing that if we didn't win, we were out of the competition. Because I think, you know, going to the last game at Rapid with nothing to play for would have been, I think that would have been harsh on us, given some of the level of performances that we've put in. So, you know, it's still there for us. You know, I don't think it was a bad result for us at all today. And if we can just see it out tonight and watch, just what a great night outside, you know, with relatively high winds. If we can just see it out tonight, I think a draw would be an absolutely superb result. It keeps our home record at Ibrox intact. for European competition this season. And given the amount of games that we've said, that would be a real achievement in and of itself, and it's everything to play for over in Vienna. And I think we could beat Rapid. I don't have any doubts about the fact that we could beat Rapid. So if someone said to me at the start of this group stage, with 2 games to go, you've got it in your hands, and just make sure you draw tonight, I would have bitten the hand off. I think we're in a decent position. And fingers crossed tonight we just don't get some of the bad luck we got against Spartak.
13th game in Europe, mate. I don't think Jordan Rossiter's played that in 3 seasons. Rudy,
It's I said last night, it's a huge amount of games that we've played up to now. And credit to the boys for managing to keep it going, to this stage of the competition for me. I mean, just qualifying for the group stages in itself was a surprise to me, in all honesty. I never thought for a minute we'd get there. But we did, and I was chuffed to bits, obviously. Went to Villarreal for the first game, came back with a fantastic result for there and thought we could kick on. I said the other night, I know, Ox, wee bit surprised, disappointed in the 2 results against Moscow. Had we won at least one of the games, at least just one of them, we'd be in such a better position right now. But look, we've still got it in our own hands. 13 games played, massive amount of games compared to you also competing for the league title as well. League try to come back on a Thursday, play league games on a Sunday. They've done so well. We need to be proud of them. They've done so well. And if they get that one tonight, wow, brilliant. That'd be amazing, for me.
Yeah, it would be arguably one of our greatest victories, and I don't mean it'll be the greatest victory, but because of the circumstances behind it, new team, where we've been, it would be up there. It wouldn't be Barcelona Bears or beating Leeds home and away or got to Eindhoven and winning it on. What other great results we've had, but it would be up there. Cushy.
I think it's all about context, given where we are in May, and given that team that we're looking at right now in the position that we are, it's night and day. And we'll never get any credit for drawing with Villarreal at home, in a Europa group stage. Nobody's really going to give us it, but I think any Rangers supporter looking at that must think, that is a really, really impressive, a really, really impressive run that went on, and a really impressive improvement. And the entire first team, the whole setup, everything about it, it's been a huge improvement, and as you say, arguably, I think anybody looking at it, just taking into where we were 6 months ago, you're absolutely right. And as I say, I think an excellent result tonight for us would be a draw. I'll take it right now.
Did you take that, Rudy?
I think I probably would, because like Cushy, I think we've got what it takes to go to Vienna and win that last game, that final game, which would see us through. Villarreal, for me, is the best team in the group. Better players, best team in the group by far, in my opinion. And I think if we're not totally on it tonight, I think they could do some damage tonight. So I think if you could say to me, look, I'll give you a 1-1 the new, and then you go to Vienna for the last game, needing a win to take you through into the last 32, I'd probably take that right now, Ox. Probably.
I didn't think we'd get to the group stages. I really didn't, I'll be honest.
Me neither. Yeah, we said this often, haven't we? I thought a couple of qualifying rounds, new team, bunch of young players, mostly never played in Europe before, new manager, young manager, new backroom staff, whole new setup basically. I thought a couple of qualifying rounds, we'll come up against somebody that's a bit of class, and then we'll probably be out. I kind of expected that. Never thought we'd get this far. That's why I'm so chuffed about it, Ox, in all honesty, Not just from the fact that as Rangers fans we want to see these big European nights. We've missed them in the last 6 years. So it's not just for the fact that we get to see these big European nights back at Ibrox, but for a financial point of view as well, for a publicity point of view, Rangers and Steven Gerrard are now being spoken about all over Europe, and, programmes, about European football and all sorts of stuff that have been spoken about down south. And so we should be as well, the size of the club we are.
approximately 350,000 people through the gates so far at Europe, Cushy.
That's phenomenal, and we need to, we need the fans in, we need the money that generates, no question about it. We've seen it for the recent AGM and the losses that were put in for last year, that European football for us is absolutely invaluable, long may it continue. I didn't think we'd reach the group stage, and when we got to the group stages, I was of the opinion that we should just kind of treat it as a bit of a second class citizen. But the more we went on and the more we've had a chance to actually qualify out of the group, the more serious I've actually wanted to take it. Till we got to tonight, and I was thinking, there's no way we absolutely cannot put out our strongest team, and try and get this. So it's been a bit of a sea change in terms of my attitude to the Europa League, totally. But one way that continue. But I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think even if we get beat tonight, if we go to Rapid and win, and Villarreal beat Moscow, we still go through with Villarreal. Because they're only 2 points. They're only 2 points ahead. They're only 2 points ahead of us. So in that respect, the Rapid game tonight actually, wasn't a bad day. It wasn't a bad result at all for us. So I certainly don't. I don't want us to get beat, and I don't really kind of expect us to get beat. I think I'm, as I say, quietly optimistic, but it's not a disaster for us tonight if we do get beat. So I think there's a little bit of pressure off our players that they can go out tonight, they can express themselves, without having this must-win type scenario hanging over their head. Because if the way some results had went, if we had been, we could have been playing tonight and we absolutely had to get 3 points against, as far as I'm concerned, the best team in the group. So the fact that we don't really have that hanging over us, I think that's a little bit of a weight off our shoulders, and I think that should help us, and help the players in terms of how they're playing and how they're expressing themselves. So yeah, as I say, it's top of the show, quite optimistic.
Good point you make there, Cushy. We can lose tonight. I'm looking at this wee post that
we can.
Lose just put in. So if we lose tonight, you've got Villarreal 9 points, Vienna 7, Moscow 5, Rangers 5. The last game we have to beat Villarreal. We need to beat Vienna and hope that Moscow don't beat Villarreal, and we can still go through points with Villarreal. That one, they'd be on, what would they be on? 12. Obviously, to me, that's losing tonight is not the end of the game, really.
It's not the end of the world at all for us, And I wouldn't expect Moscow to take anything off Villarreal unless, as I said earlier, they do put out the under 12 team, So, but I think it's not a disaster for us tonight by any stretch of the imagination. But let's do the business tonight, and and if we can get a point or being hugely optimistic, get 3 points. What a position that would put us in.
Yeah.
Well, people have just joined us. Can you give us the team again, Cushy?
I'll give you the team again. The team is McGregor in goals. We've got Tavernier, Goulson, Morrow and Flanagan as the back four. We have Jack, Koulibaly, Harfield in the middle of the park, with Middleton, Candace and Morelos up front. And I think Morelos will score tonight. I've just got a funny feeling that Alfredo's going to score. I think he looks kind of nice and fresh, I'm just. I think he's got a little bit of a point to prove still in Europe. So I'm looking for Alfredo to do the business for us tonight.
I don't know if it's just me, Cushy, or no, but do you not think he looks trimmer now?
It looks trimmer than last season. There's no question about it. I think the fitness regime and the training regime that Steven Gerrard's staff have got the whole team doing, I think the whole squad looks fitter. And Alfredo Morelos, I thought, was starting to look a bit chubby towards the tail end of last season, but it doesn't look that.
Down, Rudy.
Yeah,
I've put our names down.
Can you get me on the list as well? But he's looking, he's turning into a bit of a unit now, and it looks like he's turning into a professional athlete, rather than a boy that is playing at a kind of decent level of football, but it's just still playing a little bit of poppy fat, So and you can see that with the physique that he's trimming out. he looks, for me, he looks faster, he looks sharper, and he looks more confident on the park. And I think that you can see that with the amount of goals he scored in this season in comparison to last season. So his hard work and on the training part is paying off on the playing field.
Is that because Rudy, he respects the guy that's stood at the side of the park?
Well, you would have to, wouldn't you? I mean, what player wouldn't respect a guy like Steven Gerrard and what he's done in the game? You'd have to. I would imagine everybody that comes into it, well, everybody at Rangers and the whole squad, I would imagine, respect him for everything that he's done in the game. And okay, he might be a young manager. It's his first managerial appointment. He's an absolutely huge club, and he might be only in his mid-30s, but you still have to look at him and think about what he's done in the game and what he knows about football, more importantly. And then you've got Gary McAllister there, same kind of guy, an absolute winner, fantastic midfielder in his day, so you have to respect these guys. If you don't, there's something wrong with you. But I think what they've done is, they've sat down and had a couple of wee chats with Alfredo, and said to him, I mean, even just as recently as a few days ago, Steven Gerrard says, I'll fight tooth and nail to keep Alfredo at the club. He absolutely loves him, So, I mean, I'm sure that's, made a wee bit of an impression in Alfredo as well. He's got a player of that quality, or an ex-player, should I say, who's now the boss at Rangers, the gaffer at Rangers, and he's talking about these hugely glowing terms. As a young player, you couldn't fail to be impressed with that,
If he comes off man of the match and can get a goal or maybe two, then we're in dreamland, mate. He's put another few £1 million on his price tag, Rudy. Cushy.
Yeah, I mean, the good point of the good element to him scoring for us is obviously that he attracts attention, and particularly if he's scoring against, Spanish La Liga teams, that would attract anybody's attention. So, I don't want to sell off at Morelos. I think he can accomplish stuff at Rangers. But as Steven Gerrard himself has said, every player's got his price, and if people want to come in and bid funny money, then obviously, that's something that the club would have to look at. But I certainly. I don't even want to discuss selling him in January, because he's so fundamental to how we play that even with a replacement, if we're bringing in a replacement, getting that person to bed in and then hoping that he does the same job for us as Morelos does is a really, really big ask. So I don't even want to discuss it, because for me it doesn't bear thinking about losing him in January, and I sincerely hope we don't. That being said, I could do him turning it on in the next couple of games in Europe and getting us out of this group. It's a tricky situation, isn't it? Because selling clubs nowadays, and unfortunately, like at Lumpet, that's exactly what we are. It's a struggle to hold on to your players that are improving, and are attracting attention, and particularly if you're on a budget, and the wages have got to be something that's got to be monitored. So it's just something that I think we're going to have to manage. The good thing I think about this UEFA group run is that I don't think next year we will need to be in a position that we need to sell anybody without the money coming in this year for Europe. And I think we'll probably pocket at the end of the day about 15 to 16 million. I don't think that means that we will absolutely have to sell anybody. Whereas if we'd done another progress, what we did with Pedro, we would be in a position, I think, where in order to kind of cut some of our losses, we were going to have to sell. We would have to sell someone like Alfredo Morelos. I think we will be in a better position with this UEFA group run that we don't actually need to. Well, certainly that's my hope, and fingers crossed that that's the case.
Rudy, how's it going to go tonight, mate?
Oh, I'll go for the win. 2-1 to the famous. I think it's going to be a huge night, so 2-1 to Rangers.
All right. Cushy?
1-0. I don't think Villarreal need to come here and look for a win either. I think they will be looking at the last game at home I believe they are against Moscow, and I think they'll be looking to do the business there. So I don't think they'll be busting a gut for a win tonight either. So I can hopefully I can see this for a draw and it'll go 1-0.
This is the heart talking. Rangers 1, Villarreal 0. Alan McGregor, man of the match.
I thought you were going to give McGregor as the scorer.
No, well, mate, he might.
You know what? I'd take that, Cushy, to be honest.
Well, it's windy enough.
A big punt up the park, bounces with a goal in it.
Bounces over the keeper into the net.
Aye. Take that right now. Right up.
Actually, that's my best hope. If you're asking me the time both teams will keep a clean sheet, I don't. So who went for 2-1? Us.
Me.
Right, that's maybe my head if we're going to get it, but I can't see us keeping a clean sheet. The conditions and plus we're playing us a wee step up, but hopefully I'm wrong.
I'm going for a 2-1 because Cushy said he would like to see Alfredo score a goal tonight. Well, I'm thinking he's going to score 2, so I'm thinking Morelos is going to score 2 tonight, so that's why I'm going for the 2-1. Like you, I don't think we can keep a clean sheet because of the quality that they've got, but, so we really just need to try and score one more goal than them. That was a simple game. It's a simple game. We just need to score one more than them, so I'll go 2-1.
All right, I hope you're right. Can I thank you two boys for joining us on Rangers Radio, this pre-match show. We'll be back approximately 15 minutes after the final whistle, which is about 10 o'clock, talking about tonight's game. Thanks to Cushy, thanks to Rudy Bear, and thanks for all schoolboy who make this possible. This has been Rangers Radio. See you 15 minutes after the final whistle. Take it away, old schoolboy.
Well, we're gonna win. Yeah, the Jets are gonna win. Gonna really bang them in. Yeah, the Jets are gonna win. So the hips are hearts are still, they're gonna really find a hectic. Gonna win. Win, gonna win. Gonna win. Win, gonna win, gonna win. Well, we're gonna win. Yeah, the Jets are gonna win. Gonna really bang them in. Yeah, the Jets are gonna win. Yeah, you're really damn tootin' that these boots were made for shooting. Gonna win. Win, gonna win. Gonna win. Win, gonna win. Well, we're gonna win. Yeah, the Jets are gonna win. Gonna really bang them in. Yeah, the Jets are gonna win. Gonna really show the league up. Gonna have a go in Europe. Gonna win. Win, gonna win. Gonna win. Win, gonna win. the Jets are gonna win, gonna win, gonna win. Gonna top the Scottish Premier, gonna do it all this year, gonna win.